Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Warped, the completely unnecessary Star Trek podcast where we do unasked for audio commentaries of Star Trek episodes. My name is Sean.
My name is Matt.
I'm Jake.
Erin.
Where's Min?
And I'm May.
All right, well.
And I'm in win.
All right. We're back again. We are watching Season 2, Episode 3, Elementary, Dear Data. And I've got 45 minutes and 43 seconds on the clock. And I'm punching the triangle in 3, 2, 1, punch.
Yes.
Man, that was a rocky start. Sorry.
Hey, Matt, tell everybody who what you think about Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter, trans lives matter, black trans lives matter, all cops are bastards, defund the police.
Wait a minute.
All Republicans are assholes. And if you don't like it, turn off this podcast right now.
And we're rolling.
Yeah. I was going to say...
Thank you for reminding me to get that out of the way at the beginning.
Yeah.
Last time I did it at the end of the episode, which kind of defeats the purpose. Of
Right.
I have to say...
The message is slowly evolving. Next time it's going to be like all people who wear chartreuse can go fuck themselves.
No, I think Matt's been pretty consistent with his message. He hasn't added on. He hasn't pork barreled it, right? Gerrymandered it. I don't know what the term for it is, but I do have to say I have met like a few good cops. Normally they're in like movies or whatever, though. I can't think of any like I've met in real life that. But I think there are probably some good cops.
What do you mean when you say you've met good cops, but only in movies?
Okay, maybe I've seen good cops in movies.
Yes,
but I feel like I've met like a good cop. You know, like did I like that he pulled me over? No, but I felt I don't know he could have. But you know, I mean, you don't know. I don't know these people, so maybe I'm just I don't have.
That's actually on my card of Min Bingo 2, a new game that I'm playing.
Oh, you're playing your own version now?
I mean, there's just too many possible things to like.
A lot of variables. You're right.
It's like 3D chess, but it's like 3D bingo instead. There's just a lot of wackiness.
You know, I mean, I don't know. Maybe
I have a cousin who's a cop. He's super nice to me, but I have no idea what that. You know, that doesn't mean anything.
That's true.
That doesn't mean he's not bad. You know, to the people he's dealing with.
Yeah,
I have no idea. Just because they're nice to you doesn't mean anything. You know?
That's true. That's true too.
All right, we're watching Star Trek: The Next Generation, Season 2, Episode 3, Elementary, Dear Data. Original air date December 5th, 1988. An attempt to provide Data with a challenging Sherlock Holmes holodeck RPG scenario backfires when its Professor Moriarty character accidentally becomes self-aware. Erin, what do you think the IMDb rating of this episode is?
I bet it's high because I've actually heard you guys talk about it. I'll say an 8.
Oh, that's boldly going.
May, you said you watched this episode and enjoyed it?
She may have.
Or not.
She's like, I said no such thing.
She's got herself muted.
She's muted again.
Oh my God, this is like first week of school.
I'm going rogue, guys. I'm going 7.7.
Oh.
All right. Anybody else?
8.3.
8.2.
7.1.
8.1.
Hell yeah.
Destroyed.
So
I don't know what that means, but
it's one of the higher.
We already missed Anne Ramsey,
who
was in League of Their Own. She was the one who was just like, hey, Jordy has something to talk to you about, Data. So I did watch this, y'all.
Did you like it?
As Ensign Clancy?
As, Ensign Clancy.
Yep. There you go.
Damn, look at these fancy outfits.
I like the collars.
Yeah. Both of them. I love the looks.
Again, I guess they just have those generated. They just don't have those in their closet, right?
Yeah, it's part of holodeck technology, right?
It's like a
They're not
replicator.
No, I mean these aren't this is not a hologram costume. They must
You can
have
actually touch it and take it
They're
off.
Yeah, these are-
replicated.
Mhm.
so they must have them made by the replicators, I would assume.
Mm. It is amazing to me, like how not shitty Geordie's like eye visor looks. You know, like because I I don't know. I've seen like some Doctor Who, and some of those props they are sort of laughable to me, but
Distracting.
yeah, distracting, like too much so. But here I don't know, they've really done a great job designing it out just to make it like a little clunky, but also sleek and elegant. You know, yeah, really cool. Good job. Did you guys read the original Sherlock books? I love doing that. I think I read through them as a college maybe
You
or
actually read them?
high school. Yeah. They're fun for the time.
I took a class called American Detective Fiction, and I did kind of like a
That sounds
precursor, sort of like, early day origin stuff with Sherlock Holmes to kind of set the
Sherlock
tone.
Holmes is not American.
I know. That's why I explained that it was like meant to be the, inspiration for American Detective Fiction.
Okay.
That class says so much about you, right? Did you love it?
So we read it on the big front end of the class to kind of
get you
get
in
a
the
context.
mood.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Was it like
I read
the
them all.
original?
I read them all
Detective
when I was a kid. I read them all.
Mm.
I had one of those collected, like the collected Sherlock Holmes.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, you grow up from like what are the young kid ones? The Brown,
the Encyclopedia Brown.
yeah, Encyclopedia Browns, right?
I tried to read some of those recently. Some of them are rooted in time.
Oh yeah,
Like
wow.
the clue was like, she wouldn't have done that. She wouldn't have gotten her hair done to go on and then go on a yacht. I'm like, there's no way my kid's gonna like crack that code.
It sounds like Legally Blonde.
Well, I don't know if I necessarily was thinking about the puzzles back then. It was more just I don't know. I like reading like those books, Nancy Drew.
Heck yeah.
How many Sherlock Holmes books are there?
A dozen? Matt, do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think it's limited.
There's a few. There's like a handful of novels and then a bunch of short stories, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there were short stories.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are short stories.
I have no knowledge other than the movies and relative TV shows I've watched.
Yeah.
I've never read any of the books.
Have you seen the new series with Cumberbatch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Although I don't know that I don't think I watched an episode that I didn't fall asleep at least part of it.
Really?
So I'm not.
That's like almost any show though for me. So
well, they're an hour and a half, and when you watch it on Netflix, there's
like
no
the British
commercials, so it's like there's nothing to like shake you.
In there somewhere.
Wow, so you almost want there to be commercials? Like you come.
Wow. I actually they help me from falling asleep because
interesting.
It's not necessarily like I will fall asleep, but most of the time it's just I'm sort of in a twilight, or I'm just sort of half sleep, half awake. But the commercials will shake me out of that. But if there are no commercials, I'll just go straight from that into sleep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Watching shows on Netflix is tough for me because at least ones that aren't like the sitcoms I can do because there's only 20 minutes and I can usually stay awake at 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
But anything beyond that, and those are all an hour and a half long. Those Sherlock shows. So
I'm sure at some point they can like you can have a setting for that where I want the boomer setting where I need commercials and I need loud noises every now and then, or you can have the millennial setting where it's just like binge for 12 hours straight, just as fast as possible.
So it doesn't keep asking you all the time if you're still watching.
No,
you're like, of course I am.
Didn't you watch Elementary, Sean?
I did.
That one of your shows?
That was good.
I watched that. That was good.
Mm-hmm. With Lucy Liu.
Lucy Liu.
Yep.
Lucy Liu, right?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed. I thought he was a great Sherlock.
He was really great. Yeah.
I loved Aiden Quinn on that show.
Oh yeah, so
So he was awesome.
natural fit for him.
Also, the thing about what's his name again?
Johnny Lee Miller.
Johnny Lee Miller.
Yeah.
He was he had gone through addiction himself, hadn't he? In his real life.
I believe that's correct. Yeah.
He was in the original
He was in
Train Spotting. Yeah,
He's
which
in the
is
sequel too, isn't he?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch
I think they were all back in the sequel, so I assume he's.
But yeah, that
He was married to Angelina Jolie.
Was he?
Yeah, I was gonna say anyone that's been with Angelina Jolie's gone through addiction.
She cheated on him with Billy Bob Thornton.
Okay, welcome to our new Johnny Lee Miller podcast.
Hey,
Yes.
Where we just describe things we know about Johnny Lee Miller.
Well, I didn't know that he was in a relationship with Angelina Jolie. That's crazy.
He also was in Frankenstein with Benedict Cumberbatch, and they would switch off the parts.
Oh, you mean in the theater?
Yep.
Right. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Wikipedia says that there are 4 novels and 56 short stories.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of short stories. Yeah,
I didn't realize there were that many.
and I think you can, you tend to buy them. They're already like stacked in a book, so you probably think of the books because they compile them. But I think they were originally like released in the whatever evening paper, right?
Yeah, the magazine or some magazine.
Oh, it was like a comic section or something. It was like the little, detective whodunit.
So you talked about it. I think one of the last 2 weeks we talked about Dr. Pulaski, Matt, and how everyone hated her because she was mean to Data. This episode, she is really mean to Data. Like this whole episode is her talking shit about Data and his inability to understand things because he's not human.
Yeah, she's a speciesist or something, whatever the word for somebody who hates robots is.
That's a level of spacism I think we all need to drink.
No, it's definitely spacism.
Yeah.
Drink to this whole episode.
There's a lot of it.
She's kind of like, I don't see why you're his friend or that you're even bothering to try. This is a pointless exercise.
Wow.
Devote yourself.
As a doctor, that seems like a weird perspective because isn't medicine all about trying things and exploring
to save human life?
Yeah.
It's kind of a lack of scientific curiosity in a sense.
Yeah.
Well, see, I think it is her scientific curiosity because she knows what computers are supposed to be capable of.
Yeah,
so
that's kind of the last
like
episode.
testing him and being like, you shouldn't be able to do this. Try.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's when she had her first run-in. It was basically her being like, "That's unusual that you care about how your name is said." Like,
yeah, she's taking notes.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with it yet.
I suppose there can be people who are scientific, but maybe traditionalists or who just sort of will cement themselves at a certain point and say, all right, this is as far as I go. No more evolving, no more additional thinking or changing.
Boy.
What I like about you, Erin, is I can never predict how you're going to react to various aspects of Star Trek. Like,
I'm a mixed bag, just like Star Trek.
Yeah.
Truly. Hey, Erin, I read a whole article about Star Trek Lower Decks, the animated series.
She was real proud of herself about it, too.
Yeah.
And I was throwing down knowledge and being like, Ferengi, Jermamaran. These are words I know now because I read a whole article.
And then we didn't even do the episode, so it was all for nothing.
Well, you'll probably hear more about Lower Decks on these episodes because I read an article about it.
Well, I saw Type of Picard, the new one, and I'm like, Data looks old. I can see the wrinkles through that weird makeup.
Yeah, well,
the lighting is not as flattering on the Data.
Right. We're all getting old.
So, does Data have to get old? I'm gonna be like, what's her face? Bitchy doctor. Does he need to
Isn't he composed of organic matter?
No.
Oh, no?
So come on now.
Well, he is made of the real world, and
Yeah. The
CGI.
actor is made of organic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
In
I should use a filter on that.
In consideration of Brent Spiner, let's just say they did the best they could.
Yeah. We're all just doing the best we can.
Just the style of lighting and such is different these days, so it's more high def up in that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's 25 years later. I mean, what do you want?
Yeah, well,
She wants J.J. Abrams to get up in here. She wants fucking baby Yoda. She wants baby Data.
He doesn't like Tom Cruise with a shirt on. It's like, come on.
Yeah. Actually, there's no baby Data, right? Data was just born in that form. There's no young Data, old Data.
Well, there is an old Data. Again. We saw old Data in Picard.
I didn't watch it, so I just had to go off your retellings.
I like this part. Like, there was absolutely no reason for them to do this little scene here between Worf and Riker, where Worf tells him, "Ooh, there was a spike in energy."
They just wanted to check in. They still needed some screen time.
Well, maybe that explains Moriarty and his
expanding consciousness.
Yeah, it shows that
the drunkards in back. That's the role I would want.
It just shows that the computer has to work really hard to make this sort of the computer kind of makes life a little bit in this episode.
You're saying that's me and you, man? Those two guys who were walking by, and
is that what you would play as well?
Their arms, their arms around each other. Sure. Hey, buddy.
Yeah,
we're gonna make it.
You guys both have syphilis for sure.
I think those guys aren't holograms; they're crew members that just got drunk and wandered onto the holodeck.
Yes. Yeah, there are 400
You're
people.
You're both Jack the Ripper. 2-man job.
This sounds like a good holodeck right here. Except you could take all of the killing. I am not one for, blood and gore. Ugh, that's just not my wheelhouse right there.
No, but a Sherlock Holmes one would be fun. Like, that would be a fun holodeck to go and do.
Mm-hmm, for sure. I mean, these outfits are awesome. He could like just hop into Scrooge, just right around into the next holodeck room. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the same basic time frame, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. These actors must have loved this, right? Because the Star Trek is going all out. They have like dozens of extras. Everyone's done up. Although they could have just raided, a bunch of high school theaters for these outfits and been okay.
I'm sure all of these outfits were in the Paramount or wherever they filmed.
Yeah, Paramount's costume shop probably would add a lot of this stuff, But this was an expensive episode because all of this, the set and all this.
The set had to be built, yeah.
So they spent.
Unless they just use sets. But it's all inside, so they must have built the sets.
It's a soundstage, but still, somebody had to make all that.
Well, I know. I'd say they didn't use like a backlot set. Is what my point was.
Oh, right. Huh. Yeah, I liked Sherlock Holmes when I was a kid. I was into it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Like 13, 14, I was into them.
I was into smoking a pipe.
Oh, yeah, you were.
And I read all those Hardy Boy books too, man. You were talking about.
Yeah.
I had a whole shelf of just those blue, with like the blue, the blue, like
the spine,
the hardcover.
I just got 2 boxes sent to me from home of Nancy Drew books, so I now have the yellow spine in my office.
Yeah, I Nancy Drew I think was earlier for me. I felt like that was elementary school or something, and then Hardy Boys was also around that time.
Yeah,
I had the weirdest series of Nancy Drew books. They were like young adult
like
books.
The newer ones.
Yeah, she was like in college, and like she was like in the 80s.
Yeah, there were 90s. Some that were done and had different cover art. Yeah,
I don't think I read.
She had a different outfit every single cover. That was the series I read.
Was it good? Was it
Yeah.
I remember seeing those in the library. But I had the one because I had older siblings, so I had the like classic ones.
It was freaking edgy because she was already an adult, so she wasn't doing like kid stuff.
She was on like birth control and shit.
Yeah, and she was like,
wow,
taking down
they really modernized her
and like drug traffickers and stuff like that.
Yeah, she was daring.
I had the old classic, old timey ones.
Where they're trying to find out who broke something, maybe, instead of like,
Nancy Drew and the drug trafficking charges.
Yeah.
Let's go hunt down the Mexican cartel.
Nancy Drew and the narco cartel.
Hell yeah.
Nancy Drew and the Pimp Slayer Chronicles.
Was it Beth?
They have a Nancy Drew show now, but it's all like ghost hunting. It's like Ancient Aliens Nancy Drew. I couldn't take it.
The TV show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's well cast. Like visually, like they got the characters right, but like I like the actress who plays her, but the plot is like completely, it's all supernatural stuff.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like the supernatural stuff is real.
No, thanks. I liked regular, like, there are people in capes that go into the caves and make fake money in a small town in New York.
Why would they go? Why would they wear capes?
There's like a cult that makes counterfeit bills.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do we all have in common? We love making money illegally.
And capes. We love great fashion.
I love the whole, like, what are those spooky people doing in the cave? Oh, they're making money. That's one of my favorites.
That's cool.
They also sound like failed theatrical performers, like they're a community theater. They're like
they have a lot of flair.
I haven't looked at those
old 99 Steps, and there's like a French guy. His name is Monsieur Neuf.
Were you in a community theater, Erin? Or is that what you're telling us?
I haven't read any of the old Hardy Boys since I was a kid, but I'm guessing that these days we would find them
a little
problematic on some level.
Probably.
Like, look at this one.
The 99 Steps has a mysterious Arab.
Yeah, I'm guessing the one that's titled Junk. The Mystery of the Chinese Junk is probably not.
That could be updated for sure.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I'm intrigued too.
Right.
While the Clock. I mean, these are great titles, I think.
Yeah, I was into them when I was a kid. I thought they were great.
I read them all, man.
These covers are really evocative. I love them. And since we watched Cruel Intentions recently, I there's this like overlay like evil Buffy and there we go. Look at that chat. This was the older Nancy Drew.
Can kill. This was new, right? This is
it looks more new.
Yeah, I remember seeing those. They were in the library.
Yeah, those were when they were trying to make Nancy Drew more like sweet
young adults.
Like
Babysitter's Club.
Oh, this is pre-Twilight right here, right?
Oh, no, I don't think they were Harlequin romance type.
Look at the covers, seem like it. I mean, I didn't read it. May, were they a little softcore, or they didn't even? No, they strayed away. They kept away from that.
I think they're probably still meant for
they were
under sixth grade.
They were meant for teenage girls. They weren't. They weren't explicit. They were more like
you have to do some fanfic, man, if you want.
Yes.
Oh, I guarantee there's a lot of
Chinese
Hardy Boys, double teaming.
Whoa!
I bet there's a lot of Hardy Boys flash fic.
No.
Oh, like where they're together.
No, I mean, you're probably right. That sort of, I feel like that's like peeing on like childhood, just sweet, innocent thing.
Well, if there's something sweet and innocent, the internet will turn it into porn.
I mean, it's like it's like having Superman. It's like showing Superman and Batman getting it on. It's like taking childhood things and sexualizing. Taking childhood things and sexualizing them is like 80% of the internet. Like,
Yeah, and then the rest
95.
is cat.
Please. Yeah.
It's just cat
No, Sean is
memes.
right. I suppose I felt like the Batman and Superman have gotten the gritty treatment, where we've seen them as dark and gritty, and yeah, they have intimate sex lives. It's he's getting it on with Lois Lane, but I don't know, Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys. They're still. I haven't seen updated versions like
My
they've
guess
done with.
is that Nancy Drew, that's on the CW, they're banging.
Oh, she bangs.
She bangs.
Yeah, it seems like.
Well,
They did update the Archie and Veronica.
Exactly.
Oh, Riverdale is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was into it for like 2 seasons though, and then
Yeah, I remember you telling us about it. You thought the fiddle faddle was funny.
You gave up
Oh,
on
hell yeah.
Riverdale?
She gave up. Mhm.
I had to stop. But I was watching some VC Andrews on Lifetime today. It was pretty amazing.
I thought about you because I saw that they were doing like all VC Andrews all day long.
It's working for me. It's terrible. She's like banging her uncle, but didn't know it till Jason Priestley told her, "Wait, I'm your dad, so this guy you're banging, that's my brother, so you're banging your uncle." She's like, "What?" And then he kills himself.
Ugh.
The uncle killed himself.
Which one is that?
Is there one called like The Heart, something like that? I'd have to look up the title. Hang on.
I have no
Jason
idea.
Priestley directed it. He's in it.
Flowers in the basement.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Because there's like, I was confused at what the titles were because they're like a series, but then there's like different versions.
There isn't a movie, a horror
like
movie.
Multiple movies within the series. So I was confused about what actually was the title. Fallen Hearts?
Ooh, that's good.
That sound, it rings a bell, but I don't know if that was.
But I don't know if there's like, it's the Castile family series. So Fallen Hearts might just be one, and then there's one called Dark Angel.
Oh,
I'm jumping in. It's all new to me, but it's pretty great, I have to say.
Gates of Paradise?
Scratching the itch.
Oh, there's a lot.
Tons of incest.
There's like more than a touch.
I said ton.
Oh yeah.
Ton of incest.
Oh yeah, tons. Yeah.
More than that, even.
I want to know what went wrong for VC Andrews. Maybe we already figured that out.
I think we did talk about it when we were watching Flowers in the Attic, maybe.
Yeah.
She had a very troubled childhood, which is why all of her books are filled with all kinds of bizarre childhood shit.
Yeah, he Jason Priestley channels his dark side as a grandpa in this thing. He's the grandpa.
When was this made?
Yeah,
last year?
2019, baby. It's new.
Oh,
it was last year.
Okay.
And there's a Pool Boy movie premiering on Labor Day,
starring
and I like how Lifetime reminds you, like, it's coming. Like, I'm like, thank you for reminding me that it's like coming, because I want to watch that. Pool Boy, I forget what it's called. I'm doing some research.
Wow.
Pool Boy Nightmare premieres on Monday.
Oh.
It looks good.
I thought you didn't like horror movies, Erin.
I do. I like this kind of crap.
I don't think that's a horror movie.
That's not a horror movie.
It's like a thriller.
Lifetime movie is its own thing. And there's going to be 6 cheerleader movies coming out.
What? Wow.
They're blowing up on the content. I haven't checked in a while.
I've not even heard of one.
It'll be a lot of fun for me. I'm in a Lifetime movie kind of mood, guys. So, yeah.
You can't think of one cheerleader movie?
That I've heard coming out this
Bring
year.
it
But they're
on.
all Lifetime
Bring
movies.
it on. Take it to the street.
These are like cheerleaders who commit murder, I should say. Lifetime movies tend to have some kind of dark side.
Well,
Hallmark
true crime
movies
is a huge niche right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
people love
the Lifetime movies aren't always true crime.
No, but they're crime. They're like a
thrillers.
Dateline episode put to like script with a bunch of like formerly hot like 90 stars, basically.
I don't like the looks of this pool boy in Pool Boy Nightmare.
You don't like the actual look of the pool boy?
Can you send a...
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's not
He's
cute.
not hot enough?
No, he's not hot enough.
That's true.
If I'm seeing a movie, if I'm watching a movie about a pool boy, the pool boy better be like
worth it.
Jason Priestley, huh?
Yeah. Is it get up?
Like, remember that movie with Jesse, not Jesse Metcalf, but that guy with the Jesse Swim Fan. Like, he should look like anybody who's involved in a pool. There should
He should look like he's gonna be in a Janet Jackson video from the 90s, like that hot.
I mean, he's not attractive. He just isn't.
Send a
he
pic,
looked
man.
good in the sex
Put a
scene
pic
that
in
I
the
saw,
chat.
but these still shots are not flattering. So I would say give it a try.
No, I'm not gonna give it a try, but you should, and then you can.
You can let Matt.
We could do a whole. We could make it a recurring segment and just have it be Erin's Lifetime Movie Corner.
Oh, you're right. That's the pool boy.
Yeah.
Well, he's got like a jarhead sort of appeal.
He's got a good body, you guys. I saw him half naked, and it was all right.
Which half? Hey.
Yes, all right.
The
You have to
left
wait
half.
Episode for that.
The inside half.
He was entirely naked on the left half of his body.
Yeah.
Like those black and white aliens.
Is he completely white the entire way down on that side?
Yeah, right.
Was it shorter on one side than the other?
Yes, to all these questions.
Oh, he looks better in the pool.
Answer is yes.
Yay.
You know,
Oh, sounds pretty
I think it's
good.
like-
Yeah. Pool Boy Nightmare. It's coming to a Lifetime channel near you.
I wonder who the nightmare is for. The pool boy?
He's gonna turn out to be bad news. I already know the whole
He's gonna seduce the girl, right? That's
she has an affair. The mom has an affair with the pool boy, and then he gets all weird, and then he starts banging her daughter, and she's all like, "What's going on? This is fucked up."
And then
there's someone in the bottom of the pool. The pool gets drained, and someone gets hurt.
Oh, yeah?
The end.
Well, now you don't have to watch it. You already know.
Yeah, there might be some surprises.
Like the pool boy doesn't have a penis.
What?
There's nothing wrong with that either. That's totally okay.
It would be a surprise. That's all.
Yeah, well, a little
Being in the pool.
Not that would be a surprise too. But I was going to take a poll, but I don't really want to know which of you guys have peed in the pool. You know?
Oh, I'm sure I have.
No, please.
Absolutely. 100%.
I can't imagine that we all haven't at some point in time.
I mean,
Just public
You guys
one.
are gross.
When you were a kid,
yeah. You have limited options when you're
there's
a kid.
no way.
Like, I don't want to get out of this
as a
pool.
kid,
It's awesome.
man.
Okay.
It's just not possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? The ocean is sort of a big cesspool.
Oh, that doesn't even
Full
count.
of fish pee.
Yeah.
The ocean is fair game.
Yeah. Can you imagine like the microscopic particles of dead whale just floating around in the ocean?
The other fish are pretty good at eating that, but yeah, I'm sure they're there. There we go.
Oh, that's a cool poster. I like the poster.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a cover of a romance novel.
I was going to say that's
like he would break me though. Like he's got too many muscles. Like he's already like super flexed. Just
I'd like to
naturally.
see him try.
Erin.
Aaron going to pay good money to see you broken half by that pool boy.
You were like half of the base for Magic Mike, weren't you?
I got bored though. They didn't get to the good stuff.
No, not enough sexy dancing.
I'm like, oh.
Well,
I turned it off.
You want nothing but like a full Olympic routines throughout there.
Yeah, I'm like, well, at least start it off with
you want Cirque du Soleil is what you want. Have you been to Cirque du Soleil? I think you might appreciate some of that.
Yeah. No.
Have you been to their live show?
Smaller stuff in Vegas, but I haven't been to like a big.
Yeah.
full on.
They did have a sexy show, Zumanity. I forget what it was called.
Zumanity's great.
Just the name itself is sexy. Not really.
Zumanity's got awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's got a little person that flies. It's great.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and I think they're more like half naked there, and they don't necessarily costume.
At one point in time in the show, there's just like a full on non-sex orgy, but like there's just people on stage and they're all just making out. Like there's no circus act going on. It's just a bunch of people laying around on the stage, feeling each other up and kissing.
Now Matt is just sending shirtless man photos.
Getting our torso count back up. Is that John F. Kennedy Jr.? What's happening?
That's who I was thinking of when I said
you like us.
Metcalf. That's Jesse Metcalf. Jesse
Bradford
is the one who's in Swim Fan.
He was
Jesse
from
Metcalf's the one from Desperate Housewives. Yeah, that's a picture of him on Desperate Housewives. He was the gardener, which is another classic. Which is another classic pool boy job, like the sexy gardener who has the affair with the housewife. Right? That's who he played on Desperate Housewives.
No way I would want that guy as my gardener. I want either the old Asian woman or the old Mexican guy. You know,
you're like, I do not rely on his gardening.
But the important part is that they be old.
Well, I mean the Mexican guy doesn't have to be as old. But yeah, I mean older, a little older.
I don't know, a hot young Asian gardener would be pretty cool, I think.
Nice. By the way, speaking of Desperate Housewives, Terry Hatcher is going to be in the next episode.
That's true. Uncredited.
I watched it.
It's cracking me up that you guys are watching Star Trek. I never thought this would have come to pass.
Last decks, baby. Oh wait, lower decks, baby.
Yeah.
She's so good. It made me read an article, and I watched these 2 episodes. It works, y'all. It works.
This one's a pretty good one. I mean, this one is actually a pretty good episode.
Man, the runner.
Tell it's good, even though I'm not paying attention.
There's this whole runner with Pulaski fed crumpets. I enjoyed that thoroughly. That was great.
I mean, even these extras, they are so good at what they're doing. They feel so natural. They must have gotten like the cream of the crop, right? Like
it's like a classic holodeck goes wrong episode.
Yeah.
They go to that well a lot, as we've already seen a couple of times.
Look how moody that is. And Picard's dressed up. Look, he fucking.
Those Worf. Worf was all dressed up too.
Yeah, Worf looks great.
Has he taken her hostage?
Is that what yeah.
Yeah.
So Moriarty has become the computer. The holodeck hologram has basically become self-aware. And
everybody knows. We all watched it.
Yeah,
we've all seen it.
Well, it's been a while since I've seen it, so.
Man, Geordi asked the computer to invent a character smart enough to outsmart Data. And the computer has created this version of Moriarty that has become self-aware and now understands that he is in a character in a holodeck.
On a board of a ship.
And he's trying to
get out.
He wants to live. He wants to live in the real world. He doesn't want to be trapped.
Wow. What a cool story.
And they actually, there's a sequel to this episode in a few seasons that's even better.
Also very good.
Yeah. It's an even cooler concept.
And I like how it seems like Moriarty is playing like not just total outright evil, but he seems grounded. He seems like a human. He seems, like he could be empathetic and understanding.
Yeah, it's a good performance. The guy who plays Moriarty is really good. And he's exactly what you just said. He's not just a villain. Like he has understandable motivations for doing the things that he's doing. So it's not just a standard I'm nasty. He's not nasty. He just wants what he wants. And
to live.
It's understandable. Yeah, he has a really understandable desire. He wants to live in the real world. Like
Daniel Davis is the actor.
In the heroic version of this story, he's the hero. He's Neo. and Data and Picard are fucking Agent Smith.
Haven't they done Star Trek episodes where they discover a life form that they didn't realize was a life form, and then they feel like it's their duty to help it survive or help it
every other week on this show?
Maybe if it's in an energized cloud.
If Moriarty were an energized cloud, they would have shot it by now.
They found that crystal. They found those crystals that they realized were non-organic life.
Oh, yeah.
Season 1. We just watched the one a couple weeks ago where she gets pregnant by some
an
alien life.
Tinkerbell. Mm-hmm.
She's barely in this one. She gets the short end of the stick script-wise.
Yeah, I barely saw in her jumpsuit. I think
Wesley's not in it at all.
Is Crusher? I haven't. Oh no, Crusher's not on this.
The answer's no.
I'm like, where's Beverly?
I know, we missed her.
Just a bit longer, guys.
I think that's one of the reasons for the dislike of this character of Pulaski Erin. It's not just that people thought she was mean to Dana, but also that people liked Dr. Crusher. And,
they missed her. Like, who's this bitch? I get it.
She kind of had an impossible job. This actress,
absolutely.
She was coming in and taking over for a character that people already liked, and
then they made her cranky,
and then they made her mean. Yeah, they made her. They made her a bigot.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just not paying close attention. I just don't see the mean part yet, but
she's harsher.
You would have to watch the first scene when they go Data. You didn't watch this episode, right, Erin?
Which one?
This one we're watching right now. You
no.
Okay, so there's a scene in the bar where she basically dresses down Data, and she's really mean in that scene.
Okay.
It seems unnecessarily mean to Data.
She's like, you're just a bunch of programs stuck into a metal body. Like, she's like, you're not real. You're not alive.
You could only understand Sherlock Holmes of what you've read. You could never figure out a Sherlock Holmes story that wasn't something you already knew, because you're not human, and there's nuance.
It doesn't even make any sense, because Data solves mysteries on this show all the time. Just
that humans can't solve.
Like, that's his job on the show, basically, is to sit there in that front chair and be like, Captain, I have a theory. Maybe blah, blah, blah is going on. So
because
it's not like he doesn't solve mysteries as a daily part of his existence. She's just mean.
I'm Team Pulaski.
I don't know. I kind of like that she's in charge.
Yeah,
she's in
command. She's coming at it from a scientific doctor point of view of just like, here's the science behind this. This is the way I understand it to be. All the ways I've tested it and have seen computers in the past support my current thinking. That's why I'm going to test you constantly, because if you really truly are an exception to the rule, that would be totally a huge
discovery.
Yeah.
Why is that any of her fucking business? Why doesn't she just leave him alone? What the fuck's wrong with the two of you?
She's not there as a cyberneticist.
The two of you.
I'm a doctor.
Really upset that you think that. That is fucking horrifying, the two of you. Shame on you both.
They're just trying to recapture the classic Spock McCoy, McCoy being kind of spacist, but eventually getting a grudging respect for Spock. It's kind of that's what it reminds me of.
I think that's I agree. I think that's what they were going for.
She's stubborn and stuck in her ways.
I think it shows good conflict, and that they both have understandable, justified sides.
Someone is doubting your basic humanity and right to live. Fucking curious.
Data is an android. Get over it.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Not all that, guys.
Well,
conflict, y'all. That's the essence of drama.
This is why we need to get you guys back into a room together. The looks are half of the entertainment.
This was a good scene. This was very poignant, warm feeling.
The last scene was amazing. The just the back and forth between Moriarty and Picard, that was really so well done. I loved it.
Data's gonna get a lot of counseling next episode on how to be funny. Dear God.
Which was awesome.
Guinan's gonna spend all she doesn't have anything better to do. She's gonna spend all afternoon helping Data out. So don't even worry about it.
So you watched it, Erin?
Yeah, man. I gotta spit some knowledge next episode.
All right.
My knowledge is mostly The View related, but I did some side research.
I'm here for that.
Good times.
Was that easy to watch? Did you like The View?
I've barely ever seen The View. I'll share it's not. I didn't spend that much time watching The View. Just stuff around it. Sure. Topical things around it.
Well, that was the episode, guys. That was Data is Sherlock. That was really cool. I liked it.
So do we see Data as Sherlock again? Or is it just Moriarty that comes back? Do you know?
I believe that's how he comes back is Data is pretending to be Sherlock again.
Okay.
I think that's what happens. I don't remember.
That was really sort of a sweet episode at the end, how they approach things with Moriarty. I feel like he's not as nice later on, like he gets to be more mean or evil or I don't know.
Well, you can take the Moriarty.
Well, he just continues to want to be in the real world.
Can't take evil out of the Moriarty.
Or can
this is my ideal gardener.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, Matt likes a very sweet sort of hunky guy.
I'm trying to get it. Didn't work.
Come on, May.
Dun, 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 dun. There we go.
That's right. You could definitely. I mean, if he can take care of a garden, I would hire that guy for sure. Except okay. I don't want to stereotype. I won't.
This is the one from The Holiday with Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz. The scene where Ed Burns is like, I didn't sleep with her. And Cameron Diaz is like, we both know you slept with her. Just admit it. And the gardener looks at him. He's like, don't do it. But then Ed Burns does it. And then he's just like, you shouldn't have done it, man. So.
I love that moment. That's the best moment of the whole movie.
You watch that too, Jacob?
The Holiday? Oh, yeah. That's one of those delicious fantasies.
Yeah.
You need, putting your finger directly in the peanut butter kind of.
Nice.
Yes. What? Did you do that? Oh, okay. I mean, hey, if you're by yourself, sure, that's all you. That's yours.
Hey, just be glad I said finger.
Yeah. You.
I almost regret not talking about the actual episode more, but
no, we talked about a lot of the episode. I thought we talked about their costumes, their outfits. Moriarty comes back, and shirtless pool guys.
Right? All relevant.
All relevant.
Thank you all for listening. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Warped Podcast and Twitter at Warped Trek.
Yep.
You can follow Matt at Host Warped on the Twitters. You can buy our merch at Lunar Flare on Instagram. You can give us money at patreon.com/warped. And you can listen to us on any of the pod catching devices. If you do, please subscribe and review and rate. It really helps us out if you do that. And we appreciate you listening. Next week, Whoopi Goldberg will be back on the show, which means that Erin will be introducing the show.
So feel free to skip. Skipper,
Until that time, my name is Sean.
My name is Matt.
I'm Jake.
Erin.
Minwin.
And I'm May.
Yay. Well, Philippe's here in spirit. You're representing Philippe, Erin, so you can say Philippe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.